Take two more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right. All night. Would you call me old-fashioned if I kiss you in the rain in Manhattan? Oh, I can't wait until my lips are on yours. I can't help the way that I'm feeling. The way you look tonight is so appealing. Hold up, I need to pace myself. You're the bullet to my heart, I swear. I swear. Only took one shot. Only took one shot. The only thing I'll promise is I'll give you all I've got. Oh. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take two more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right.
Yeah, look, alright. Now pretty bourbon brown eyes, can I grab you off the shelf? You sweet but you strong, I gotta have you to myself. I'm trying to let you know that you're the only drink I'm trying to pour. Girl, it's Dunton, aka the slurring bourbon connoisseur. And look, I had a couple, so you know I'm telling it.
Hey, y'all. Hey, London. Hey, Holly. Happy Thursday. How you macking? What's crack-a-lacking? What's crack-a-lacking? How you macking? London and Holly, y'all have been like working today, right? Like, I know you just came from Club Rock, right? And before that, you was with LV. So y'all have been working. Y'all been doing some things today. But hey, thank you for coming to hang out with me. Appreciate you. Happy Thursday. I am Lisa the X, a.k.a. Brown Whiskey Woman. Y'all know I got to say it, even though it's y'all, but I still got to say it because I got to get in the habit of saying it for the people who don't know who the hell I am. So, yeah, what's going on? Happy Thursday. Sort of like whiskey. Thursday. So, yeah. So, how was Thanksgiving? What did you all do? Did you, like, eat a bunch of turkey and green bean casserole? Remember we talked about that last time? Mashed potatoes with gravy, without gravy, cranberry sauce straight from the can. I had some. I did something, you all. I made rolls. I made homemade bread with my mother. My mother is teaching me. No recipe, just off the top. I had to write down some stuff because I was like, I'm not going to remember this. But I made some bread. And some people got a chance to taste what I made. London got to taste it. I brought some to K-Lot today, so he gets to taste some of it. So, yeah. Holly said orange and cinnamon rolls. Holly, you talking about you gained 5 pounds. You did it. Happy 14 months, Lock and Key. Thank you. Cinnamon rolls. Orange and cinnamon. Did you make them? For real, Holly? Like, you know that this is like the first Thanksgiving that I did not make any dessert for my family. Probably in I don't know how long, because of course I'm the dessert maker, but I did not make any dessert. After I did those rolls, I'm going to be honest, I was tired. I was exhausted. It was like an all-day process. And I know making bread and, you know, you have to let it rise and, you know, you have to do all this kneading and this whole process is a lot. I knew that. But I didn't know that. But then I found out that. Hey, Lainey Star, how you doing? So, yeah, that's what I did. But Holly gained 5 pounds. London made a plate. Lainey, what did you do for Thanksgiving? You traveled, right, for Thanksgiving. So what'd you do? Lainey, did you make anything to take to your destination? You know, where you went over there and got your plate and all of that. So So, yeah. Oh, you got your nerves worked on. That's what you did? Yeah. Well, I have to say that my Thanksgiving itself, just the day was pretty peaceful. It was really just my mom, my oldest son, my dog, and me. That's it. Because my younger son went and had Thanksgiving at his girlfriend's house and brought me a plate back, which was delicious. The food was delicious. So I am all Thanksgiving out. I want no more leftovers. I don't want to look at any turkey, dressing, none of that. I don't want to see none of that. No time soon. And I think for Christmas, I'm probably going to eat pizza. That sounds good. So, yeah. So, Holly, are you going to make some of that cracked Chex Mix for Christmas distribution? Because if so, I'm I can supply you with some stuff, some materials and things. Let me know. Hit me up and let me know. Beat me. Page me. Okay. Yeah. We need crack. We do. We need that. So, yeah. So, today, I thought I would start off with a review of a couple of things because besides Thanksgiving, some other things occurred. So let me talk about those things. I'm going to revisit this at the end, but tomorrow is the last day for Beats for a Cure donations. So !BC, that's my command. If you put that in, that's under Lock and Key Media's donation page. So tomorrow is the last day. So I was in Demand Stream this morning, and at that time, I don't know if it's changed, but at that time, the total was $44,240. That is pretty damn good. Hey, Eb, how you doing? So I think we could probably get that to $45,000 easily. But tomorrow is the last day to donate. So if you have not, or if you can find it in your heart to give $5, $10, or whatever, little money will equal out to big money. Small change will equal out to big change. It all matters. It all goes to a great cause. So please, please donate. You can do the command. Anybody can do the command, !BC. So let's put that in there. And I'm going to talk about it again at the end because I want to remind everybody. But $44,240, that ain't bad at all. Nothing to sneeze at. Then I want to talk about an event that I went to. I went to the Atlanta Bourbon Festival. So shout out to my executive producer, K-Lock, who is 2 for 2 on the whiskey events. He told me about Whiskeys of the World, and he told me about this event. So I got this cool glass. Look at that. It says Atlanta Bourbon Festival. So I bought a VIP ticket and I went to this a couple of weeks ago. Really cool event. I still haven't posted the pictures on IG. I've been a little tardy on that, but been a little bit busy. But it was really cool. A lot of different vendors. They had food. They had all types of whiskey vendors. They also had a person that was there, and they were from a company that produces mead, MEAD, and mead is honeyed wine. So that was my first time ever tasting mead, and it was in cans, which was really interesting. But it's a honeyed wine that is often produced by monks. So I learned some things also, and that's one of the things that I learned. I heard of mead before, but only in books. Like I've read about mead, but never actually tasted it. So it was really good. That was a different experience. It's not something that I think I'll be drinking on the regular or anything like that, but a lot of the great brands were represented. Some of them had signature cocktails. Some of them just had shots that you could do or tastings, so they call them in the little communion cups. But it was really, really a nice event. I really enjoyed it. And the day was beautiful because the venue was like partially outside. They had tents on the line. So it was really, really a nice event. I went alone and I met some people. I was there, hung out with them, had a great time with them. And we talked shit and drank whiskey and ha-ha and kikied. And it was good. We had a great time. So I would like to say that if any type of whiskey festival or wine festival or liquor festival period comes to your town, go. It's worth it. You get a chance to taste a lot of different things, engage with people there. And I mean, it was just nice to see all of the different displays. Screwball had a really, really nice display. And again, when I finally get the pictures up on IG, you guys will see it. But they had like a winter wonderland theme for Screwball whiskey. And they had a woman who was standing on the stool and like she poured through this little ice like luge, basically. And then it would go into your glass. So that was really cool. Hey, Auntie Diddy, how you doing? So just seeing all of the different setups, and I got a chance to talk to some people and connect with some people, just reminded myself that there's something I got to talk to K-Lock about in reference to one of the people I talked to. But anyway, that was just like a mental note that came up. Hey, Psalmist, how you doing? But anyway, it was a really, really cool event, and I enjoyed it. So thank you, K-Lock, once again, for guiding me in the right direction and sending me to a great event. Enjoyed myself. Great day. Drank a bunch of liquor. I will tell you, I did engage in a little illegal activity. Just a little bit, and this is what it was. When we got there, it was hot as hell in there. It was like at least 20 degrees past Hades. So the guy that was standing in front of me was like, it is hot. Can we adjust the temperature in here? So I saw the thermostat and I was like, cover me. So he covered me. Hey, Uncle Diddy, happy 11 months. Thank you very much. I said, cover me. And I went over there and I adjusted that temperature. Hey, Blue Majesty, how you doing? And I did. I adjusted the temperature, but it was for the greater good of everybody in there because we was sweating. Okay, I said sweating because it was hot as hell in there. So it was for the good of everyone that I committed this crime that I didn't get caught doing. I just confessed to. So anyway, there was that. And that is how the gentleman and I became friends, actually, because he was like, oh, you my kind of woman. I was like, hey, what's up? What's your name? Yeah, I'm self-snitching. I can snitch to y'all. I can confess my sins to you all. You are like, the confessional, right? At the church or something. I can say that. So the other thing I want to talk about is something that I talked about last week. So do you all, or the week before last, because I wasn't here for Thanksgiving. Y'all remember this? This Georgia Moon corn whiskey apple pie shit. Y'all remember that? Right? Forgive me, chat. I have sinned. Y'all remember this, right? And you remember that I tasted this and the look on my face when I tasted this, right? Y'all remember that? Probably, I don't know, maybe a good 5 minutes after the stream, I poured the rest of this down the sink with an assist from K-Lock. Because it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Y'all remember, I did not like this. So then, I mean, it smelled delicious. It smelled just like apple pie. Just like it. But it was horrible. So then I had the thought, I was invited to a gathering. And I said, I should take some of this to the gathering and let the people there taste it. So I did. So I went out and I bought another bottle of it. That's the empty bottle. I went out and bought another bottle of it. And I presented it to this individual. And I really hope the individual comes into the room, because if they do, I'm going to call their name. But anyway, but some of the parties that were involved in this little thing, they're present. They're present in the chat. They're present. We'll just say that. So you remember I said 5 out of 5 does not recommend? You remember I said that, right? Well, 2 people really liked it. And 3 people really didn't. But 2 people tasted it and they were like, this is delicious. So I guess I have to change my review because my review was my review and I didn't like it. Another person didn't like it and another person didn't like it, but 2 of the people at the event said it was delicious. They liked it and they said they would drink it again. So yeah, that was the Georgia Moon Apple Pie Corn Whiskey. And I just wanted to, I am about transparency and candidness, candor, I guess is the right word. Candidness is probably like a Tigger word or a Don King word, right? But candor, I'm about candor on this stream. So therefore, or a Jesse Jackson word, right? The candidness of the situation. I wanted to share with you that 2 people actually liked it. And as I said, now the person that I really hope comes by, they didn't like it. They weren't one of those people. But, if the other ones drop in, yeah, I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call them out, and we're just gonna say that. So yeah, I had to review. We had to have like a little review because it's sort of like class, and you have to have a review before you get into your material for next class. So yeah. So so they're probably not feeling well still. But y'all, can I tell y'all they took it like champs? They like chugged it back. Was like that was good. We liked it. And they drank some other stuff after that. So I'm convinced that they have no insides nor a soul. I'm just going to put that out there. Because if they did have a soul, it was burned up by that Georgia Moon Apple Pie Corn Whiskey. So, yep, straight to the head. That's what they did. So I wanted to point that out. Again, that's the review. But I will never be drinking that again because that was some fraganagle in my world. So ain't got to worry about me drinking no corn whiskey. So like I said, it's about that life. Yes, indeed, they were. They were. They was about that life. So anyway. So today, we're going to be talking about bitters. So if you all don't know what bitters are, you are about to find out. London said, who was it? Who was it? You want me to just put them on the spot. Now, if the main person comes in here and you know who that is, London, then I'll say something about it. If not, we're gonna just let that lie where it does, right? We're just gonna let it, just lay right there. That's what we're gonna do. But if they come in here, they on the spot. But we are talking about bitters today. And if you do not know what bitters are basically the salt and pepper or the Lowry seasoned salt of cocktails. They add that little moxie, they add that little something, that little zest that stuff needs for cocktails. And they actually can be used for food too. And I found that out in my research because I never thought of bitters for food and meat specifically. So, Locke is a griller. They can really enhance the flavor of meats, grilled meats in particular. And I found out in my research that was the case. And again, I was not aware of that. But before we get into the bitters that are good bitters for cocktails, because they add that something extra, I thought maybe we would have a little discussion, I guess more of a serious discussion, you could say, about bitter feelings and why people are bitter. and the lights go off. Because there's a lot of bitter people out there in the world, you all. I mean, that's just the truth. There are. And let's just say in one walk of my life, I do some counseling for individuals, informal and formal. And bitterness is actually probably one of the major things that I discuss with people because by definition, basically bitterness has to do with past feelings, resentment, regret, and anger. That's kind of all rolled up into one thing. And then it sort of presents itself as bitterness, as the emotion, but it's all of those things. And like, I kind of think about bitterness is like most of the time when they say past, people spend like their whole life trying to recover from their childhood. And they're just trying to fix things that have happened in the past. Or they're not trying to fix things that happened in the past. One or the other, right? So I want to talk about that. And I want y'all to talk about it with me. Hey, Stormy, how you doing? So I have a lovely little article here. And this article is from Psychology Today. And that is one of my favorite publications because what I like about Psychology Today is it has a lean towards presenting things in a way that's not too clinical and not too, doctory sounding. But it's more, I don't know. I guess I want to say it just feels like it's a little bit more tangible when I read things in Psychology Today. So like I've been reading the magazine for years and years and years. So one of your favorite mags too. Okay. So I love it. So they had this article and I read this many years ago and I actually share it with some of my clients sometimes, but it's called 9 Mental Habits That Can Make You Feel Bitter. So let's talk about them. And before I get into this list, let me say this. First of all, this is safe space. Okay. You come in here and you drink with me. We talk about our feelings. We talk about sex. We talk about liquor. I mean, we friends, right? We talk about stuff in here. But I want everybody to know that it's safe space. It's no judgment here. It is what it is. Yes, we talk about bows on bras and bows off of bras and dogs who play with bows that were cut off of bras. We talk about all kinds of stuff in here. So please know that when we're talking about these things, again, it's safe space. And also know, and I always say this, that I come to you all from a place of being here with you. And when I say here with you, not above, not below, here with you. Because all of these things, at some point, I feel like I've been guilty of. You've probably been guilty of. We all been guilty of these things. The whole trick is not to stay in that emotional space. And for me, I have things that I'm actively working on in regards to my personality, to my character, to the core of who I am. And then I have some things that I've made peace with as well. And when I say I've made peace with it, it doesn't mean that I'm just like, I ain't never going to change that. It just means right now I'm at peace with it. And I'm not working on it actively. Hey, who knows what might happen next Thursday? Might be some stuff that happens. So that's what we're talking about today. So I want to go through these mental habits and let's talk about them just a little bit before we get into, these are kind of like the bad bitters. And then we're going to get into some good bitters that we can drink. So number 1 is not forgiving others. And the thing about this one, this stands out to me because, of course, when you think about forgiveness, I think a lot of times we feel like if we forgive the person, we're saying what they did was okay. It doesn't mean that it was okay. It just means you forgive them. And I've even changed some of my vocabulary. Like when people do things that I don't like, or I feel like it offended me or hurt my feelings, I don't say to them, that's okay. I just say to them, it wasn't okay, but I'll be okay. Because that's more of an honest statement. What they said was not okay. It may have hurt my feelings, but I'll be okay. I'll recover from it. So I just learned how to just do a slight change in my verbiage that made a difference for me. So forgiveness is really about you. Oftentimes we focus and we think it's about the other person, but it's really about you. And it's about you freeing up your heart. You're not holding that negative energy anymore, and you're able to move forward. So forgiveness doesn't minimize the wrongness of their action. It just simply says, I'm not going to be hurt by that anymore. Hey, Kay Marie, how you doing? And thank you for coming out alert for that. Blue Majesty said, yes, forgive but not forget. And that's absolutely true. You can forgive someone, but you do not have to allow them to continue hurting you. You don't have to be in a position where you have to continue to allow that behavior. And that's where the not forgetting part. I recognize what you did. I forgive you moving forward, but I don't forget how it made me feel. So that's number one. Number two is not forgiving yourself. And I think that this is a big one that is often overlooked, because how many times have you beat yourself up about something that you've done in the past, a mistake that you made, and you're still holding a grudge against yourself? And it really keeps you from being able to move forward. And that's something that I think all of us are guilty of. Particularly, something that maybe we feel like was grievous. Like I did this thing and it was like huge and I really hurt this person, or I made a huge mistake, or even something if you made a mistake at work, or maybe with your child or with somebody you really cared about, and you're holding on to that energy. Hey, Forest One, how you doing? That can keep you from moving forward because you are living in the past. You are staying in that space of when you made that mistake. And so that can be really, really trying, and that can keep you stuck, kind of where you are, holding space right there, standing still and not moving forward, because you are working so hard at turning that over and over and over in your mind. It's like being on a treadmill and you never get off and you don't run forward. So that's a big one. Number 3 is all or nothing thinking. And it's just what it says. You pretty much feel like, I got to get everything right. It's got to be all 100% or else it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just trash. And that's not true, because you can get some things correct about certain things. You can get certain components right. Everything is not everything all the time. And that's one I think that takes work. And I can say that, like, even from a personal perspective for me, I'm a person that a lot of times things are very black and white to me, even though gray is my favorite color. But there are a lot of things in this life that are very gray. And I've learned that. I've learned that through the years, that there's a lot of gray, and there's a lot of things that are very situational, and a lot of things that are ruled by circumstances. Hey, Songbird. There's just so much out there that it's like, if this, then that. And you have to really think about that while you're very definitive about some things. What if it was a different situation? Or what if different people were involved? Would you feel differently? And so that's something for me that is an area of work is what I say. It's an area of work. Now, there are some things that are definitive, right? Or at least defined by a reality. This is a table. That's what it is, right? Because that's what we named it. That's what we called it in this physical realm. This is a table. So it doesn't matter if you call it a couch. Doesn't matter if you call it a chair. None of that matters. It's a table. So you do have some definitive things, but then there are so many things in this world that are not definitive. And especially when it comes to people and emotions and all of those things, it's a little bit different. So, number 4, holding others to a higher standard than you hold yourself, or vice versa. And I added the vice versa because the holding others to a higher standard than you hold yourself, it basically is saying if you're constantly disappointed by people, if you constantly are annoyed, hey Cruz, if you're constantly annoyed, it could mean, and this is critical here, that maybe you're not being treated the way you feel like you deserve. You might be having an unlucky break. Or, and this is the part that stood out to me, you are choosing ill-fitting people to accompany you throughout life. I'm going to read that again. You are choosing ill-fitting people to accompany you throughout life. Think about that for a minute, ill-fitting people. You know, everybody in your life is not meant to be there forever. Sometimes people are meant to be with you on that leg of the journey. And sometimes you don't have the right people with you. You don't have people that are really serving to your highest good, basically. And this is not in a way of like you using individuals, but you should have people that are in your life that help you be a better person. They should inspire you to be a better person. They should encourage you to be your best, to do your best. When you're petty, they should let you know you're being petty. Now, I'm not saying they shouldn't let you be petty, because sometimes we just need to be petty. But they should say, you know what, that's petty. They should tell you that. And if it's funny, they should laugh with you and say, that was some petty shit, but it was funny. Because that's what I do, right? That was petty as hell, but man, that was funny. So yeah, but you should have some people that will call you on your shit, you know, and let you know what it is. So that's important. Then the reason why I say vice versa is because sometimes we have this unrealistic expectation for ourselves. We think that we're not supposed to make errors, or that we're not supposed to have bad days, or we're not supposed to get low or be depressed or be sad. And that is completely untrue. And I'm going to tell you all in a moment of transparency, this one, the holding myself to a higher standard, that's a tough one for me because I do counseling, because I am, in the business of trying to help other people. A lot of times I don't give myself the space and the time for my own emotions because I'm so focused on everybody else's emotions. And I catch myself doing it all the time. Like a lot of times, even when I'm having conversations with people, I immediately go to, how are you? What's going on with you? And I don't even want to talk about what I have going on. And for me, that's a way of, because I feel like I should not feel the way that I feel. I should be okay. I should be all right. And that's something that I'm still working on. I'm still working on it. I am still trying really hard to get to a place where I'm not making excuses or apologizing for not being happy or not being positive or not feeling grateful in that moment. And that's tough. So Blue Majesty said, never discount someone's lived experiences. That is bad business. I totally agree with that. It is. Nobody gets to tell you how you feel and how long you feel that way, because your feelings are valid and you deserve to have those feelings and to sit in those and be in those for however long you need to be in them. And let the other person come to you and kind of say, you know what, I'm feeling better about that. You don't have to rush them along. Just allow them the space to do that. So somebody got their message deleted. What was they doing? They was in here selling shit. What was that? What was that all about? So anyway, wait a minute, Lot, what you saying? You got bullied in your, what I miss? You talking about you got, no solicitors, but Locke, Anyway, oh, cruise. Okay. Got you. I was like, anyway. So anyway, that's one. So continuing to go down our list. Believing that things will never get better. Right? That's a big one, right? Believing that things will never get better. I mean, I think it's just kind of like, self-explanatory, right? But for everybody, it's like your life is full of ebb and flow, right? Some days you're going to be the bird flying over, and some days you're going to be the statue to get shitted on. That's just the way it's going to be. And I often think about, when not so good things happen, we always say, why me? Or a lot of people say it, not everybody. Why me? Why did this happen to me? This is so messed up. I just can't believe it. But how many times when really good things happen to you, do you say that? Sometimes people do. Sometimes people are like, this is amazing. I can't believe this happened. But for the most part, you kind of take that with a grain of salt. You take that with stride, right? Because it's great. It's wonderful. So just something to think about, like a little food for thought, right? Then number 6, believing you have less control over your life than you really do. And this is where I say you spend your whole life recovering from your childhood. So this is a psychological discipline or thought process, I guess, called learned helplessness. And learned helplessness really comes to us from being a child, because when you're a child, other people have control over what you do, what your intake and outtake is, and all of those things. So there's a certain amount of helplessness that you have over your situation or what your activities are. And particularly if you are in a situation that is not pleasant. Maybe it's an abusive situation. It can be verbal, it can be physical, or whatever it is, or a very controlling situation, or if you have a very domineering parent or parents, it's difficult because you feel helpless. So when you become an adult, you can either do a 360 from that and say, I now have control and I can make decisions, or you can do varying degrees of that behavior, or you can imitate the behavior and do the same thing with your own family. So that learned helplessness is something that I think, a lot of people kind of fall into. And if we're not careful, we can spend, again, the rest of our life trying to figure that out. So number 7, this is one for me that I feel like a lot of people talk about this. A lot of people kind of go through this. This is very, very common. And I think this is probably the one that I would say is most prevalent when I'm talking to people, when I'm counseling people as well. And it is called believing the myth of arrival. So the myth of arrival is basically when I lose 20 pounds, my life gonna be great. When I get married, I'm going to be the bomb. When I have children, my family life is going to be complete. When I get that job making 6 figures, I'm going to be happy. When I get that new car, I'm going to be the shit. All of those things that we're basically putting our life on hold for that might happen, but they might not. Because what if you never meet anybody that you want to get married to, right? So are you just going to be unhappy? What if you decide you don't want that car you thought you wanted and you change your mind and you decide you want something else? Does that change? And if you're not 20 pounds lighter, are you any less who you are? Things to think about, right? things to think about. And it is it is definitely an area that, like I hear people say it all the time. Well, when this happens, then, I'll be that. Or if that happens, then, this will happen and then I'll feel that way. And oftentimes, and this is a fact, right? This is like a proven fact that when people get whatever it is, they're not any happier, because happiness doesn't come from the outside. It comes from the inside. So it's like all of that stuff that's outside of you, that's not really the thing that's going to make you happy. You just got to get happy. And part of getting happy is like, you know what? I'm okay the way that I am. I'm satisfied the way I am. And it doesn't mean don't have goals and aspirations. Shit. Yeah, we want you to have some goals and aspirations. But is that going to make or break your life, right? If you don't get that, whatever, life will go on. Okay? So just I'm tossing that out there. London is threatening the van. Threatening the van lock. Okay, Locke, are you still talking about how Cruz just bullied the hell out of you? So, in case y'all don't know, let me this is like a cinematic aside. So, if you all don't know what a cinematic aside is, that's basically when you have a scene where the characters are talking to each other, and then the character will turn and look at the camera. You know, that kind of thing. Like that sort of situation. So that's a cinematic aside. So this is a cinematic aside. When Cruz and K-Lock met each other the first time, it was at his house. I was vaguely responsible for the meeting of these individuals. I'll just say that. That's just a detail. We don't need to talk about it. And if you all have never met Cruz, Cruz is a very assertive person. Shall I say that? Shall I say assertive? I like assertive better than aggressive. Okay, assertive. Because assertive sounds better than aggressive, doesn't it? She's a very assertive person. And basically, she just bullied the hell out of K-Lock at his house. We was in his house and she just bullied the hell out of him. So that's the reason why she has become known as a bully. Hey, D, Mrs. Sweet Tea. Now, let me just tell y'all, Cruz is my type of woman, right? Because, yeah, passionate. I like that. Passionate, assertive. She's my kind of woman because, you know, people tell me I'm aggressive all the time, but I don't give a shit. That's the thing. I don't give a shit that y'all think I'm aggressive. I view that like that's a compliment to me because this is the thing. And see, here we go. Hey, Miss Riz. This is the thing. We go down the rabbit hole. We just gonna go off just for like 1 minute here, right? It's very interesting to me how men can be assertive and they can be confident and they can be all of those things and everybody thinks that it's wonderful. Those are good traits to have as a male. But women are aggressive and bossy and domineering and all of these negative adjectives that really mean the same damn thing, but they're just put on women and make the women look bad. I mean, how can a man be like, oh, he's a boss, and then a woman's a bitch? Like, I don't get that. But anyway, I digress. Let me get back to my list. So anyway, the myth of arrival, that's what we were discussing. All right. So all of that stuff that you say you're going to do and all of that, you know, just go ahead, live your life, be happy, please. Okay. Miss Riz, yes, you knew to come into this conversation. So number 8 is overgeneralizing. And they deem this a cognitive error. So a cognitive error is one that puts people at higher risk for depression. So cognition is, you know, your brain, your thinking. That's what they mean. So this is like if you fail at one thing, you think you'll fail at everything. You know, it's like I totally suck at, you know, drinking whiskey, which I do not. So that means I can't drink wine. I can't do nothing. Right? Not true. Not true. right? And then number 9, and I feel like this one is like really, really hot, not over genitals, over generalizing. I see you, Cruz. In all caps, too. See, this is what happens with this stream. Either we in our fields or we talking about sex. And sometimes we in our fields talking about sex, drinking. That's what we do, right? And the lights go off. So yeah. So see, I try to have a stream where I enlighten y'all. We talk about some serious shit, and then look what happens. Trying to have a civilized conversation, and look at y'all. Just look at you, Cruz. That's for you. Just saying. Okay, then the sex comes out. So number 9, right? Liquor, feels, and sex. Count me in. That's right. Me too. Okay. Number 9 is not practicing gratitude. And I feel like this is like a thing that has become like really, really hot and popular. And in a way, it kind of makes it hokey, but it's not. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you can just sit and assess the good in the course of your day, and I say your day, because sometimes you can't do, like a week or several days. I mean, but every day, if you can just say, you know what? Something good happened today. And it can be something so simple that maybe you saw a beautiful flower outside of your window, or, maybe a good friend gave you a hug. Y'all didn't even say nothing. You just hugged. They just knew you needed a hug. Or somebody listened. They were present with you for that short period of time. Whatever it is, maybe somebody brought you a cup of coffee, or they called you, they were thinking about you. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter how big or small, but just say thank you. And I say thank you in that moment, because I know for me, I have a lot going on my home front. With my family, I have a lot of responsibility, a lot of things I have to do. And right now it's like a whole bunch of extra shit going on. But when good stuff happens during the course of the day, I just say, thank you. Sometimes I just say it silently, thank you. And if another person is involved, I try to say thank you to them. Because I don't want anybody that I care about, anybody that I love, to leave this earth not knowing that I care about them, that I love them, and that I appreciate them. And I'm never, ever going to be afraid to express that, no matter what. So the gratitude thing is huge. And the thing about the gratitude is when you put that out there, you draw more of that in. Know that whatever you put out there, you're going to bring more of it in. So I named these 9 things, and I'm going to go through them again, because Miss Riz came in here and she want to know what all 9 of them are. So number 1 is not forgiving others. And these are 9 mental habits that can make you bitter. So number 1 is not forgiving others. Number 2 is not forgiving yourself. Number 3 is all or nothing thinking. 4, holding others to higher standards than you hold yourself, or vice versa. 5 is believing that things will never get better. 6 is believing that you have less control over a situation or over your life than you do. 7 is believing the myth of arrival. 8 is overgeneralizing, and 9 is gratitude. So those are our 9 things. These are 9 mental habits that can make you bitter if basically you're putting them into play. And of course, the gratitude thing, you need to put it into play. So those are the 9. What do you all think about that? Let's spend a couple of minutes talking about it. What do y'all think about that? And do you have any that you would add? Things that you think maybe make people bitter, or would add to why a person is bitter? And this came from Psychology Today. I think it's a really, really good list. And as I said, I did a lot of research. I always do a lot of research before I do the show. But it's mainly about liquor. But really, I do a lot of research and a lot of prep. But a lot of the articles had more of a negative spin. And I wanted something that had a little bit more of a positive spin and gave us like food for thought. I'm always trying to elevate the palate in whatever I do. And that's not just on this stream, but just period in life. I'm trying to elevate the palette and, kind of express my views and get other people's views and be open to sharing and not feel like because we have differing opinions that it's an issue, because it's not. I want to hear your different opinion. That's just me. And I know everybody's not like that, but that's me. So, okay. So I'm looking. What? Psalmist? What? Psalmist, what does that say? What does that say? That's like a personalized license plate or something. What? Liquor? Help me, somebody. Psalmist? What? I mean, I don't even now know. I mean, wait. Help us, somebody. Psalmist, help me. Help me. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm okay. I'm getting a little assistance from the back. I don't even know. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for Cruz. Okay, and then we come back, and all I know is I ain't licking nothing. Cruz put that in there. Now, Cruz, what the hell you talking about? What the hell? What the hell? What are you... Cruz, what ain't you licking? What? Oh, liquor. Okay. All right, Psalmist. Thank you. What? Holly, what? Okay. Here we go. We have officially gone left. We have officially gone left and right. Right? You just keep the lights out, damn it. I mean, shit. That's right. And turn up the red light. I mean, Roxanne. Anyway, sorry, I just had a moment. But man, yeah. Psalmist, girl, I love you. that's whoa, shit. Not even the tip. So you ain't gonna lick nothing. You ain't licking the tip. You ain't licking the sides. You ain't licking. I mean, see, this is. Woo! I haven't even had a drink, and I'm just like, woo! Wow. Cruz said the shaft, none of it. Tips, sides. Wait a minute. I mean, not even a nip. Oh my God. Okay, I think I need a drink. I'm really feeling like, yeah, I think I need a drink. I just keep stacking my paper. I'm gonna just like put my paper over to the side. Thank you. So, we talked about being bitter, and obviously now we are licking tips or not licking tips or sides or heads or whatever. We're not licking that. So we're going to move into some good bitters, right? In a minute, we're going to talk about some good bitters. We're going to talk about bitters in liquor. But I really feel like I need to take a drink. So I'm going to just skip around. And we're going to see a video, right? We are going to see a video. I'm shook. It's okay. Anyway, now we're talking about dry nips. Why are the nips dry? Like, I'm sorry, I got to ask. Why are the nips dry? Why have we not? Okay, and Cruz says she is allergic to nips. Now wait a minute. Okay. Why? Wait a minute. What? The weather change. Okay, whose nips are we talking about? Are we talking about girl nips, boy nips? What are we talking about? Are we talking about both? I mean, what is happening? What is happening here? We haven't even had any whiskey yet. So all nips, the hard ones, both of them, all the nips. Okay. Unfulfilled expectations can make you bitter. Expecting a liquor, not getting it. Expecting the nips and not getting the nips too. That can make you bitter. We have already had a whole discussion, one stream, about vexed vagina being equivalent to like blue balls, right? Y'all do remember that. I really think we need to revisit that. I mean, that needs to be like a whole thing, but we did talk about that. They came up with all kinds of names. I mean, it was something. Yep. Tainted twat. Vexed vagina was one of them. What was the other one? Like somebody put some kind of, I don't know, frustrated coochie. It was all types of names. Like, yeah, it was basically like, what is the equivalent to blue balls for a female? So yeah, we we had fun with that. So we're going to talk about bitters, and I want to tell you all about bitters, and then we're going to show a video about like top 10 cocktails made with bitters. So I just feel like I just need to like redirect. We need to pivot. So we're going to pivot. But then we get angry anus. Oh, wait, that's another convo. So bitters. Let's talk about bitters, y'all. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah. I just said, my gracious. I feel like I just need to take a shot. We have gone from psychology, this deep conversation about forgiveness and forgiving oneself, and to talking about angry anuses. I mean, like, oh my God. So you good with booty hole brown, but no licking nips. Psalmist, that's a good point, because yeah, exactly. From psychology to smut in 0.00001 seconds. Crotchety cooch. That was one of the, yeah. Crunchy cooch. Oh, okay. No, Psalmist, hang with us. Listen, you came, you kicked in the door. Stay, girl. Sit down on the couch. Have a drink. Smoke a blunt. I mean, you here now, right? Okay? Just saying. So anyway, see, K. Marie knows. 8th graders. Y'all are my fellow 8th graders. 12 years old, right? That's what you, or 12, 13 at 8th grade, right? Because you're about to go to high school. Yeah, that's us. That's us. That's our crew. That's why I love y'all. It really is why I love y'all. So let's talk about bitters now. We're going to talk about bitters and drinks. And I got to put on my glasses for some of this. So we are going to talk about... I don't know how the hell I'm going to pivot this shit. But anyway, bitter balls, right? We are going to talk about something called Angostura bitters. I'm going to start off with Angostura bitters because they are the most common type of bitters, most popular and widely sold. And it's called Angostura from the House of Angostura. And this bottle is absolutely fascinating. Bitter booty. Now we're talking about bitter booty. Okay. The reason why I say it's fascinating, it's got a whole bunch of little teeny tiny writing on the back of it that I'm not going to read all of that shit. It's just a whole bunch of stuff on here, but I'm going to tell y'all some stuff about it. So this has been around since 1824, and it does say that on the bottle, 1824. And it was created by Dr. Johann Siegert. And it was created for a med, as a med, I should say, as a med, for stomach ailments for soldiers and others. And it comes out of Trinidad and Tobago. It is 44% alcohol by volume. But it is considered non-alcoholic because when you just use a couple of dabs, it has very little alcohol in it because you're just dashing it in there, right? So, but it's 44% alcohol by volume. So technically, if you drank the whole bottle, I don't know, maybe you could get drunk. And there are people who take shots of bitters. That's like a thing. Now you might notice this oversized kind of label on here, it doesn't fit. That has to do with when they created this item, one person created the bottle and his brother ordered the labels. So they came and they did not fit and they decided this was a distinctive look and they kept it. So, that's just a little interesting fact. And what bitters are is that they are made from bark, flowers, herbs, seeds, roots, etc. And then they put all of that into a solvent. And the solvent is alcohol. That's where you get your alcohol content. So they're considered very concentrated flavor extracts. So again, you think about like Worcestershire sauce, something like that, along those lines. And I look over and I see if it doesn't fit. You have to get lube, a dab on the tip. I mean, sometimes y'all get me. I mean, y'all get me sometimes, right? Lube. Yeah. We are officially left, right, in the middle, from the back. Yeah, it's drink time. So anyway, I don't even feel like I should even talk anymore about the bitters. But anyway, see, trying to teach y'all some shit. They were very popular pre-Prohibition. And then it kind of fell out of favor. And then they experienced a renaissance in 2000. So in the early 2000s, they kind of made their way back. And now you have all different flavors of bitters. So you have cocktail bitters, which would be something like this that can be added. And I'm going to show you some others. But this is called aromatic bitters, which is kind of a mashup of many, many things. So these would be considered cocktail bitters. So I have these. These are cocktail bitters also. This is Bourbon and Spice. 1821 is the brand. Okay, so I'm going to show you those. Am I showing it right? Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to put that to the side. And then you have, these are Jack Daniel's Tennessee bitters. So you got all kinds of flavors. Right? Not romantic bitters, aromatic bitters. I don't know what romantic bitters would do to you. I don't know. Maybe they make you, I don't know, lick the dry nips or something. Who knows? Then this was a kit that I found. Hey, Moda Gemini, how you doing? It's called Scrappy's Bitters. And this is the box that they came in. Just want you all to see. They have all different flavors. But in the box, and this is where I got to put on my glasses. They had black lemon. That's one of the flavors. They have lavender. They had cardamom. And they have one called Orleans. So you have flavors, all types of flavors. They have chocolate, they have cocoa, grapefruit. Orange is the most popular and widely sold. They have cherry, they have vanilla, they have grapefruit, they have celery. They have all types of flavors for bitters. So these are considered to be cocktail bitters. They do have vanilla. If you go to your local liquor store, just ask them where the bitters are. And you will usually see a wide collection, especially if it's a larger liquor store. You're going to see a wide collection. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is you also have something called sipping bitters. So sipping bitters are basically like liqueurs. I am going to taste one, London. They are a little bit different. So a sipping liqueur or a sipping bitter would be something like Jägermeister, Campari. Another one, and I happen to have this one, shout out to Holly and Captain Brax. This one right here, this is a sipping bitter. This is called Unicum. So Brax knows all about Unicum because he got a bottle from Hungary during his travels. And so this is a liqueur that is a sipping bitter. And it is called Unicum. Now, y'all go ahead and have fun with that. Because I know you are. Because the 8th grade mind is going to take that. I said Unicum. I know the 8th grade mind going to take that. Unicum. That is what it's called. And it is a sipping liqueur or a sipping bitter out of Hungary. That's what it is. So I've had this bottle for a while. Linda said it's come from a unicorn. I've had this bottle for a while. I have tasted it. Some of the people in the chat have tasted it as well. We all came together and we tasted some Unicum. So this is usually not something you can find on the shelf unless you have like a more of an exotic liquor store that carries a lot of different things. I ordered this. I used to belong to a whiskey club, and then I closed out my membership and I had a credit. And so they were like, well, you can pick some things that you want. And I said, okay. So I picked a couple of things that I wanted, and then this was in the box, Unicum. So Brax and I had a whole conversation about it. But this would be called a sipping bitter. And you all may not have known that Jägermeister is also considered a sipping bitter. And if you've ever had Jägermeister, it is bitter as hell. So yeah, that's what they would call it, a sipping bitter. So they can be used in foods, as I mentioned before, especially meats. I don't know if have you ever had any experience using them to like season meats or anything like that? Because, if you have, speak up on that. But you can use them for food. And like I said, just kind of think like Worcestershire sauce. Kind of think like that along those lines, and you're seasoning the meat or whatever. So London said, are you going to taste any? So I am. Okay, so you haven't used any for your grilling, but many people that have. Okay. I don't know if we're going to be seasoning the meat with the Unicum. I think we're going to stick to the other bitters and not the sipping bitter, because this would be a sipping bitter. So there's a special way that you are supposed to taste bitters. There's a methodology behind tasting them. So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can get a small glass of soda water, which soda water basically is just flat and has no taste at all, and some ice, and then you can put a couple of drops of your bitters in there, and then you can taste it. But the most common way to taste it is to actually put it on the back of your hand, smell it, and then taste it. And the reason why you're doing that is because when you're mixing this into your drink, you want to know what kind of flavor it's going to add to your drink first before you mix it. So for instance, if you were making a cocktail that had like maybe a cherry base or something like that, or orange base, you don't want to add orange bitters to the orange drink already, something with Grand Marnier in it. You don't want to have like a cherry flavored whiskey and then add more cherry to it. You want something that's going to complement it. So again, think about when you're cooking, you want to put complementary seasonings on your food. Same thing with the bitters and the liquor, right? So yeah, hope the meat don't stink. I hope not. Smell your meat. And here we go. The 8th grade mind yet again, right? Is at work. Y'all, you know what? Today, I tried to be a damn 11th grader today. I was reading y'all all that psychological stuff. I tried to be like almost a senior. And look what y'all did. Look what y'all done brought me down back to the 8th grade. We might be, I don't know, like 4th grade now, 5th grade, something like that. Or as my 19-year-old told me the other day, we were laughing about something, and I was like, oh my God, this is so 8th grade. My son was like, this is 5th grade, Mom. I was like, shit. We have digressed. Hey, Living Life Golden, how you doing? Happy Thursday. So we smelling meat, shit. Anyway, moving on. I'm gonna taste some bitters. I'm gonna taste some bitters. And London, I'm actually choosing this one in honor of you because it is called Black Lemon. And I know you like lemon flavored things, like lemon flavored candies and stuff like that. So the way that you taste your bitters, so this one is really cool because it's like a dropper. So I washed my hands before the show. Locke is my witness. You put a little bit on the back of your hand, like so, and you rub it in, smell it, and then you lick it. And that's going to give you an idea what the flavor is. So this one was called Black Lemon. It's very, very light. I can taste the lemon. Of course, I can smell it a little bit better. I do taste it. And now we're licking shit. Again, 8th grade mind. That's pretty good. Pretty good flavor. I like it. So this is, yeah. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. I want to try another one. Yeah, we're sniffing, we're licking. Yep. Smelling it, licking it. Might have to suck it, might have to kiss it. I don't know, unless you cruise. You ain't doing none of that. So anyway, I digress. I want to try the lavender. I think that's a lavender shit. I don't know. I don't know what the hell it say. Yeah, it says lavender. All right, that is what it said. So I'm gonna wipe off my hand here. We gonna rub it down, smack it up, flip it, rub it down. And I am gonna taste the lavender. Okay. So now we gonna lick it before we stick it. We gonna smell it. She said, "Do me, baby." I love y'all. So now I am going to be very sophisticated here. We're going to do some lavender. So we're going to rub that on my hand, rub that in. It smells wonderful. Just saying. Have you all ever had lavender tea? It's delicious if you haven't. Team No Pants. So with this one, I told you the lemon was very subtle. This one, I see you, Holly. Yes, it does smell like Quasi. Do y'all remember Quasi Man Disco who used to come up? Quasi smells so wonderful, y'all. Ooh, and he gives the best hugs in the world. Oh my God. But anyway, this has more of a floral taste to it because it is lavender. And like, I can taste more of like almost like a bitterness to it. Like, I mean, it's bitters, but I can taste the bitterness. Cruz, happy 21 months. Yeah, this is nice. This is really nice. And I can see this being really good in a cocktail. So that's how you taste them. So just so you all know, bitters do have a lot of health benefits. It's a real thing. Mainly digestive benefits, but also they can be used to detoxify the liver. Now, I am not a doctor and I do not play one on TV. Therefore, whereas, and because all of that stuff I said is absolutely true. But before you start taking a bunch of bitters saying it's going to help your stomach and cleanse your liver and all that and you detoxing, please research and do not try to sue me for malpractice because I am not a doctor. Okay? Just saying. That is my disclaimer. But do some research on bitters for health reasons, as well as your cocktails. So I am going to make a drink and I'm going to utilize bitters in the drink and I'm going to garnish it and I'm going to talk a little bit about my garnish. But we are going to watch a lovely little video. Well, y'all are going to watch it. I'm going to be upstairs getting some ice. Y'all going to watch this video. I already watched it for you. And it's like 10 drinks, top 10 cocktails utilizing bitters. And it has the recipes up there. And going through StreamYards, you will see all that information, the YouTube video, the Psychology Today article that I referenced earlier before we went down, the hall to the 8th grade, corridor. And also the recipe. And we are going to make a drink. And the drink that we're going to make today is called a something. I don't remember what it's called. It's called a horse's neck. I can remember. It's called a horse's neck, which is a very, very popular cocktail that is made during Kentucky Derby time. So anyway, we're going to make that. So can we please show the video? I'm here to tell you the video is not pornographic. I'm not trying to get kicked off Twitch. It has nothing to do with licking or sucking or sides or back or booty or nips or none of that. It's about cocktails. Okay. So y'all can do whatever the hell you want to do while you're watching the video, but you got about 6 minutes to get it done. Just saying. Okay. So let's watch that video, please.
Angostura bitters is a mixture of herbs and spices, so basically it's a flavor enhancer for cocktails. This bitter brand is the most popular in the world. It just has that unique taste that nobody could replicate yet. A lot of you probably already know that we put it in most popular cocktails such as Manhattan and Old Fashioned. But still, some of you really cool people, reached out to us on Instagram and asked for help. So just in case if you're not familiar with those cocktails, today we'll show to you top 10 most popular cocktails that are made with Angostura bitters. Thank you so much guys for watching this episode. So if you came across some ingredients that you don't know how to use, feel free to send us a message and we will try to help you out. Maybe in the next episode we will make cocktails with orange bitters or with different flavors. We have a lot. So hit the like button like this, and just in case if you didn't know, if you subscribe to this channel, you will be able to turn Angostura bitters into the flashlight. So I'll see you next time.
Don't y'all love that little catchy tune? Like when I was watching that, like when I was previewing that video, I was like, that sounds like I should be like, you know, at the circus or something. I feel like I should be doing flips or some shit. Ms. Riz, you suddenly feel drunk? And I saw your comment about, wow, that's a creamy drink. I saw that. Really, Ms. Riz tipsy. So, you know, I love that video because, I mean, it was quick, 6 minutes, right? And tells you like 10 things you can make. And didn't those look good? Like, have you all ever had any of those? I know some of them I have. Hey, J Trey, how you doing? Yeah, like a 20s movie, all sped up. Like you feel like you should have on like a fringe dress, right? And a little feather around your head, some shit like that. Hey, Natty, how you doing? So we are going to make a drink. And again, this drink is called the Horse's Neck Cocktail, and it does contain bitters. So this drink is what we call a build. We're not putting it in a shaker. We're just going to build it in the glass. So I have about 4 ice cubes. And here you can do a little less ice if you want less ice. But we're going to build it and then we're going to stir it. Now, one of the things that they showed you in the video that I wanted to point out about how to use the bitters, usually you just dash them in your drink and stir it around. But you saw where he was spraying, and you can use a sprayer. So like you can coat your glass if you want. And a lot of people do this, or they'll put like a couple of drops in and then they'll just swirl it around. So I'm using my little Atlanta Bourbon Festival glass just to demonstrate. So I got this little sprayer, and then I can just spray my bitters in, and you see how it just kind of coats the glass. And then I would pour the liquor in there and swirl it around. So that's just another method that you can use. I got this from the dollar store. Pour the bitters in there, and then I got a little sprayer. So just a squirt. Yep, just a squirt. Here we go. Because that's us. And this smells delicious, by the way. So what we're making is called a Horse's Neck Cocktail. And again, this is kind of like a variation of a Kentucky Mule. So a Kentucky Mule, you guys know about Moscow mules. So Moscow mules use basically a different type of liquor, but a Kentucky Mule uses whiskey. So this is basically a variation of it, and it's called a Horse's Neck Cocktail. So this is a build. So I have a tall glass, which this would be called a highball. So your lower glass is, you know, a low ball, like so. Or, and see, I said that, right? High ball, low ball. Here we go. All right, go ahead. Take that, run with it, y'all. I did. Or a Collins glass, or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, yeah, I said balls. So we have this tall highball glass that we're going to use. And so the first ingredient is 2 ounces of bourbon whiskey. So I'm trying to utilize the things that are on my shelf. So this is Wild Turkey 101. Now, a lot of people think that Wild Turkey is like cheap shit. It's not. It's not expensive in cost, but it is good stuff. Wild Turkey has been around for a long time. The reason why it is called Wild Turkey 101 is because the proof is 101. So we are going to do 2 ounces of bourbon. So we're going to pour that in our jigger. And the thing is that this is a double jigger. So that was my 2 ounces right there. So that makes it nice and easy for measurement. So I'm going to put that to the side. Then the next thing is 2 to 3 dashes of bitters. Right? So I am going to use the Angostura bitters. And they have like a little top on them. I know you guys, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's sort of like the same thing for Worcestershire sauce or something like that. So it just allows you to dash. So put a couple of dashes in there. Screw the top back on there. And then we're going to top it with either ginger ale. And I did have a can of Schweppes, but that's just for show because I'm not going to use the ginger ale. I am actually going to use ginger beer. And the reason why I'm going to use ginger beer is because ginger beer has more of a kick. And the recipe says, how strong is the horse? And when you want to kick up the horse's kick, you add ginger beer. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to pour that on top, all the way to the top, just about. And then I'm going to stir it. Now, I use a brand of ginger beer. Sorry. I use a brand of ginger beer called Fever Tree. So I want to show you all that because all ginger beer is not created equal, just like all ginger ale is not created equal. Some of it is ginger flavored, and then some of it actually contains real ginger. So that's the ginger beer, and this is a really good brand. They make soda water, tonic water, a lot of other mixers, but this is a really good brand. And you can buy it in a grocery store too. So we topped it off. Now you notice I have a little space in the top of my glass today, right? The reason why is because I want to talk to y'all about my garnish. So part of why they call this the horse's neck cocktail is because when you make your garnish, you can do a lemon, that's what the recipe calls for, or you can do an orange. So with the lemon, you can see my lemon. I just wanted to prove to you all that I actually did this. You see that white portion of it? That's called the pith, P-I-T-H, pith. That part is bitter. You don't really want that part in your garnish. Not that you're going to eat the garnish necessarily, but some people do eat the garnish. But you're trying to make one continuous peel as long as you possibly can, or as long as, I'll say as long as the lemon goes around. So I used a paring knife. This is a small paring knife. I used that, and I did this at home because I had to do a little, Food Network prep. And I started at the top of the lemon, and you want to do it in one continuous motion all the way around the lemon. Now, it's going to be probably a little bit on the wide side. All right. So you can take the same paring knife and you can just cut it in half. So this is what it looks like. See how pretty that came out? So it was one big piece, and I just took my sharp paring knife and I cut it in half. So that is the garnish. So you just dip that right there on top. I'm going to use both of them. And that is our finished product. And see how nice that looks? Now with this particular garnish, lemon in particular, I'm going to let it sit for a minute because it does extract a little bit of that lemon zest flavor. Not much, but just a little bit. It adds to it. And of course, it looks pretty, right? So that's the reason why it's called a horse's neck, because it is the garnish that makes it the horse's neck. Plus, I guess, again, the kick part would be, the ginger beer and the whiskey and all that. That's the horse part. So anyway, so if you have my emote, you have a free emote, first of all, with the glass pouring in. But if you got my cheers emote, cheers, y'all. And let's drink up. Let's drink to all of our 8th grade shenanigans, shenanery, trickery, tomfoolery, all of the stuff, the antics that we do in here. So yeah, let's drink up to that. That's delicious. So I taste a lot of the ginger, needless to say, because of the ginger beer. But I do taste the kick of the whiskey. I like higher proof whiskeys in drinks like this so that the ginger is not overpowering the whiskey, because that can happen. Whiskey has a strong taste, needless to say, higher proof. But ginger can be very, very overpowering. Like if you drink ginger tea or anything like that, you know the kick that ginger can have. Now, ginger has a lot of health benefits too. But then again, so does whiskey, right? Other thing is this is also delicious warm, like a hot toddy. Very, very good. And if you guys remember when you were little and your mother made you drink like warm ginger ale and 7-Up and Sprite and stuff like that, again, you spend your whole adult life trying to recover from your childhood of drinking that. And it probably wasn't very tasty. I promise you, this is a lot better with that whiskey in it. So yes. So anyway, we had a question? Okay, put your question back in the chat, try to find it and repost, but couldn't. Okay, so we had a question. So let me ask you all this. Okay, we're looking for the question. Okay. Is a dash equivalent to a squirt? Yeah, it is. It's equivalent in the liquor world. I'll say that. I don't know about other places, but in the liquor world, yeah, a squirt, a dash, a dab, a do ya, all of that. Yeah, it is. And the reason why I say it is because you remember these, they have the little dropper, right? So look, that would be a squirt, right? You're dropping it in there. So that would be like a squirt as opposed to a dash. So I don't think so, Locke. I'm not sure that a squirt is equivalent to a skeet. I kind of view those as different things. A skeet to me is a lot more assertive and aggressive. Just saying. That's just my opinion. Whereas a squirt is more, just kind of, that's it. Like that's, sort of like, when you spray on Lysol in somebody's face who coughed on you. More like that. That's my equivalent. So yeah, now if you have aggressive skeets, we might be talking about something else. Okay, and Blue Majesty said it. Okay, I didn't even see that. All right. So Blue Majesty, you and I, we might be right here. As a matter of fact, we are. Okay, Marie said, a skeet is a larger unit of measure. How much is a skeet? Is a skeet like a half a cup? Is it a quarter of a cup? How much do y'all think a skeet is? I mean, I'm thinking quarter of a cup or less. That's just my personal opinion. What y'all think about that? Drop it in the chat how much you think it is. So anyway, I'm gonna drink this. So Linda said it has about 1 million babies in it. Okay, age skeet. Age as in belonging to an older person, or are we saying like blue balls type skeet? Like that kind of age, like he been bottling up, he been like edging for a week. What we saying? Like explain it to me. Like I just want to know, for me. I want to understand. Okay, so Blue Majesty said, yeah, it depends on how long he been holding into the skeet. See, that's what I was wondering. So if he's been holding it in longer, do y'all think that it's going to be more of it because he been holding it longer? Like what if he just been like messing around for like a week and not really like releasing and letting go? Do you think it's going to be like an extra amount? I do. That's just what I'm saying. What y'all think? Go ahead, put it in the chat. Let me know. Blue ball skeet marinated. Holly, blue ball skeet would be more marinated. Okay, gotcha. Backed up skeet or AARP skeet. What color is this long awaited skeet? Cruz, I want to talk to you. Me and you need to have a conversation because wait a minute, what kind of colors does skeet come in? I mean, is it, you said, what color is this long awaited skeet? Cruz, you said that. Like, what the hell do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, what color? Does it come in colors? I mean, y'all tell me these things. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I'm with you on that. White, off-white, beige. Okay. I thought you meant like, is it purple? I mean, because that sounds like a problem to me. That sounds like, go see the doctor. That's what that sounds like to me. Eggshell. That sounds exotic, beige, eggshell, off-white, ecru. See, J-Train said ecru, right? Linda said, I hope it's clear. Right. If it's too many colors, I'm with you, Psalmist. But you know what? If it's too many colors, I'm not messing with that. Sorry, I'm trying to work on my F's. I'm not messing with that. I'm not. Yeah. So TLC probably can't fix that. Let me see. I needed this drink at the top of the hour with you all. I'm just not gonna lie. I did. Okay, so I want to tell you all a couple of things before I leave the whole bitters conversation. So do you all know that some people do bitters shots? Now, this was something that I did not know until I started researching bitters. I don't know anybody that does bitters shots. It sounds like something terrible to me. Like, really, I don't understand why you would want to do a bitters shots, because even though some bitters are not bitter, I don't know why you want to do a bitters shot. And I am not going to do a bitters shot today. But what I am going to do, I'm going to take some Jägermeister. No, I'm not Jägermeister. Unicum. Not Jaeger. Unicum. And I am doing this in honor of my good friend, DJ Brax, Captain Brax on the yacht, who turned me on to Unicum. Y'all take that however you want. If I can open it. Dag. Wait a minute. Has it been that long that I can't even get it open? Wow. Okay, I guess it has, because, yeah, I can't even. Okay, I won't be doing that. Because I can't even open it. See, this is why I Food Network prep. Yeah, I cannot open this. This keep trying. Okay, give me one moment. Let me just see if I can get a little assistance. I guess it really did dry up. Nope. K. Marie. K. Marie said the crust got it stuck. All right. So yeah. Okay, we did that. And y'all, you know what's so scary? Can y'all see this? Keep that top view, please. Can y'all see that around the top of that? Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that crust? So whoever said that, K. Marie, you said that. Look at that. It's actually some crust. Dried Unicum. That is so friggin' scary. Like, I don't even know if I really want to do this now. I might have to renege. Y'all, listen. Chris, I'm not thirsty no more. I really don't know if I should drink this. Should I drink it? I'll let y'all decide. Should I go ahead and drink this or not? I mean, I'm sure it probably has nothing to do with how intact the liquor is. Y'all can tell me yes or no. Hey, Club Pro. Yes, you came at the right moment. We are about to try, I think I'm going to drink some Unicum, but I'm drinking a horse's neck cocktail, which is ginger beer, whiskey, and bitters. That's really what I'm drinking. So we're drinking old tried ski. Locke said I'm a renegger. Somber. Okay, yes or no? Sniff it? Okay, I'll sniff it. It still smells good. Okay, it's still bro. It still smells good. J Trey said no. And I'm gonna go with the majority. I'll go with the majority. If you all think I should still do, it's gonna be a small shot. Hey Tyson from North Carolina, how you doing? It's gonna be a very small shot. So if y'all think I should do a shot, put shots. Put shots. Put that in there. I need that as a drop, right? Put that in there. Yeah. It smells fine. Okay, shots. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do it. And remember, I sprayed the glass with the bitters. So this would be a sippable bitter. Unicum. Wow. That crust, that's a little intimidating, but okay. So cheers, y'all. I'm drinking some Unicum. Still tastes good. So this is the thing about Unicum. I've had it before. Okay, so let me just say that. It kind of tastes like a cross between like a coffee liqueur and licorice to me. I think like Holly can attest to this because Holly has tasted it before. And Kay Marie, did you taste it with us also? I know we were at Fro's house. Fro tasted it. We were at Fro's house and I brought it over. Brax was with us and we, a bunch of us took a shot of it. So this is out of Hungary. 1790 is the year they started producing it and it's called Unicum. 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 So it's a very unique flavor to it. It's not for everybody. It really isn't. But okay, Songbird did. Songbird tasted it. If you all can just put in the chat, like how you feel like it tastes. What is your description of it? Blue Majesty said swallow spit. Okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. Let me. I was gonna say, y'all want to do a poll on a swallow spit, but anyway, so that's the Unicum. It would be called a sippable bitter. Okay, that's what they would say. This red says spitters and quitters. So I hear. Yeah, my mind went about 6.5 different places at least. So yeah. Yeah, I I did not sip it, I gulped it. Yeah, I swallowed it. So anyway, yeah, this is Unicum. And then we have all of our other bitters that we discussed. And go to the liquor store, look at the bitters section. Again, this is like, your whole salt and pepper seasoning for your liquor. It adds that little something. So if you make a drink and you feel like it's missing a little something, put some bitters in there and see if it adds to it. And again, try to do things that are complimentary. Kay Marie, hey, next time I see you, I got this bottle of Unicum, okay? You can taste it. Blue Majesty, if you roll into town and you want to taste some Unicum, you're welcome to taste it. This will be sitting on my shelf. This is not something that I drink on the regular, and I'm going to clean the top of that so it'll be, just nice and beautiful and pretty looking for y'all because, if it's good looking, you might be more inclined to, yep, I said that. So anyway, let me talk to you all about what I got coming up. Okay, because I do have some stuff coming up. And, we about to get into the holidays and we got New Year coming up, a whole bunch of stuff. So next Thursday, December 7th, I will be back. I am here every Thursday in December, barring any unforeseen life-like circumstances for myself or for K-Lot. But on December 14th, I am going to have a very special return guest. I am going to have DJ Malik Stone, my bud. And we are going to be talking about bras and bows on bras and garnishes for drinks and presents because I thought that was a nice thing because I look at garnishes as sort of like the lingerie for drinks, you know? It's like the extra. And I thought that would be cool for us to put that together. That was my thinking. So I was like, Malik, when you want to come back? And he said, whenever you want me to come back. I said, pick a day. So he picked December 14th. So he will be back, and we were talking about bows and bras and garnishes. Y'all please be here for that, because I'm sure all of us very sophisticated 8th graders will have a great time with that conversation, right? Because we like bras and what's in the bra. Not so much the bows, but if you like the bows, we can talk about that too. All of that. So all the Thursdays in December, I'll be here. I will also be talking about some classic cocktails. I am going to be trying some new shit. Y'all know I do that from time to time. So I saw some really cool stuff in the store that they put out for Christmas that they want you to buy for people. That's probably a piece of crap, but we're going to try some stuff. So I got a couple of things that we will be trying live on the stream to see if it works or to see what it tastes like, right? Fro, I don't think Melissa tried it. I don't think she was there when we did the Unicum. But you know me, Fro, hey, I'll come over and bring the Unicum and we can taste it, you know. Hey, I'll let her try it. So yeah, we can do that. Also, you all know that I just completed curating Coloring Outside the Lines, which was last Saturday on the 25th, which was absolutely phenomenal. K-Lock kicked it off. He did an all vinyl set. DJ Guzzle participated, Vance Dale, Club Fro. I feel like I'm Doug Boogie. I mean, all of them are very unique DJs. They're very unique creatives. I don't even really like to call them DJs in a way because it's just creatives to me. And they brought it for Coloring Outside the Lines. And I always say that I curate the event and I am listening for something very special when I choose the people that I choose. So it's not just random. It's not willy-nilly. I've had people who have approached me about it. And honestly, some of them have what I'm looking for and some of them don't. And it doesn't mean they're not great DJs. They are. But it's just something special that I'm really listening for. But I was just so proud of that event and how everybody really brought something different, but somehow collectively it came together. So that said, and thank you all for your comments. Again, I'm sitting on the moving van, swinging my legs, and they do the heavy lifting. That's my analogy. That's my metaphor for it all the time, because that's the way I feel about it. And each one of them just brought something special. But I am also doing something a little bit different. You all know I like things a little bit different. So on the 16th of December, I have put together, along with the help of DJ Vance Dale, a country Christmas raid train. Yeehaw. So I have a lineup of individuals that are going to be participating, and it's going to be country Christmas music, hip hop that's been countryfied. It's going to be a little bit different. So Club Fro is going to be a part of that. So yeah, we about to do a country Christmas. OE is on it. I got Fro. I got Ebony ATL. She was in here earlier. I don't know if she's still here. Wear your spurs, wear your chaps, wear your cowboy hat, all of that, everything. It's gonna be okay. So Ebony is currently on Yacht Life, right? But it's going to be a really, really different kind of raid train. And if you are a fan of country music at all, or even if you're not, come check it out, because we going to have fun. Fro said he going to have on his chaps with the butt out. Now, listen, I mod for Fro, so does Holly, and so does London. Fro, don't get your ass kicked off Twitch, okay? Showing your buttocks. Just saying. So So that's coming up on the 16th. So I'm really, really excited about that. And again, my goal with this is, kind of behind the scenes, I guess curating, is that we've been on Twitch almost 4 years, a lot of us. And I want to bring some different things. I want us to elevate our palette in music. I want us to elevate our palette in life. I want us to elevate our palate with liquor, which is why I do this show. I want you all to be educated about what you're drinking and what's available to you. That's extremely important to me. Just across the board with everything that I do, it's very, very important. So that's why I'm doing the Country Christmas Rate Train. So Chris said his areolas are bad enough. Yes, Fro has been known to show his areolas. No dry nips, just saying, from time to time, because he will strip off his shirt and, the men folk can get away with that. So, yeah. And then in the new year, I want to talk about the new year a little bit. I'm really excited about what is coming new year. The whiteboard in my mind is full of ideas. And I have talked to several people about coming on the show, being guests on the show. And I'm going to have Crazy Berry Town on CBT. You all know that she does Zumba and she does day drinking. And she does these fantastic charcuterie boards. And she is just an amazing individual. She and Captain Boots. So I am really excited about her. I just got a lot of really cool things lined up. So I am, yes, charcuterie boards. That I'm really excited about next year, and I'm excited about the rest of this month. So we got some stuff that we're going to do. And I also want to let you all know that if you have ideas about things, yes, OE has been known to show off some stuff, and he is going to be on the Country Christmas Rate Train. If you guys have ideas about things that you would like to hear me talk about, or, a particular brand or liquor or something like that, please feel free to whisper me. It's better to whisper me under Lisa the X. I'm going to see that a lot sooner than I will under Brown Whiskey Woman, but feel free to whisper me there. I do check the messages. I can't do everything, but I am so open to the suggestions. And if I can work it in and I think it's a great show idea, I will definitely implement it. So I appreciate you all being here always, always, always. I appreciate y'all clowning with me, hanging out with me, all of that. I mean, y'all are like the bomb, right? .com. So I just want to tell you, thank you. Thank you. And thank you for letting me kind of start off on a serious note. And even though y'all took me down the rabbit hole, as you do, that's good. Think about some of the things that we talked about in terms of the bitterness. And, that can be an area of work in your life. People talk about weaknesses and strengths and all of that. I don't really believe in weaknesses and strengths. I believe you have strengths, you have sweet spots, and you have areas of work. Because none of us are going to leave here perfect. But we do have areas that we can work on and things that we can improve upon. And then, as I said, there may be areas of your life that you just make peace with, that, okay, this is a particular character trait I have, and right now I'm choosing not to work on that, or I'm okay with it the way it is. Be okay with it. That's okay. That's part of what makes you unique and makes you who you are. So I just want to say that to you all. I always try to leave you all with, live your life with intention. Everything you do should be with intention. Your friends, what you're choosing, what you're eating, what you're drinking, all of that, what you're skeeting. Let that be intentional too. Don't just randomly skeet. That's important. So anyway, I will see you all next Thursday, the 7th. And I would very, very much like to raid into Rebomb. And if London or Cruz could please check and let me know who is on Rebomb. I think it's IQ. I think it's IQ in Las Vegas or California. Can't remember which part, but I know he's in Cali. But anyway, yes, skeet with intention. Focused skeet. So is that who's on? If you guys could check for me. Okay, so Cruz said top for 4 more minutes. And okay, so I'll top for 4 more minutes and then we're going to go to IQ. Is that who's going to be on? All right, that'll work. So what y'all want to talk about? What y'all want to talk about while I drink my drink? What did y'all think about like the things that I said on the whole psychological tip? Y'all have any thoughts about that, or y'all just want to talk about skeeting and all that? What y'all want to talk about? Okay, so Cruz said, "Oh, he is up. He's up now. Are they about to raid out, or he just came up? Which one?" Okay. All right. So thank you, Blue Majesty. You said that it was thought provoking, and that's the whole point. You know, I really hope that it's some things that you all can think about and implement. You know, and even if you just take, it was 9 items on there. Even if you just take 1 or 2, and they resonate with you, then I've done my job. Okay, and I taught you how to make a drink. And I taught you about bitters and all of that. Hey, Sincere to DJ, happy 27 months. So yes, Cruz, very well put. That was so eloquent. She said that IQ rose to the occasion. So applicable. I tell you, you are a regular wordsmither. Yeah, and that is a real word. So anyway, so, and I know that Blue Majesty, I heard that when you were talking about the behavioral plans, I was like, okay, she does something like that. So anyway, thank you, Miss Riz. I appreciate that. I do usually have a theme. You know, usually I tell you all, I have no clue what I'm going to do. And sometimes I don't. I have no clue what I'm going to do next week sometimes. But sometimes the whiteboard of my mind is actually a real whiteboard in my bathroom, for real, that I actually scribble on. And I do write down ideas and I bring that to the forefront. So, yes. So, yeah. Give Sincere the DJ a follow. He is on Saturday mornings on the struggle bus. Wake your ass up. Which I'm usually up, Sincere. I'm going to just say that, but a lot of times I'm busy. But anyway, let's get ready to go over to see IQ since he rose to the occasion. Let's see him. And y'all don't go over there talking about skeeting and booty holes, and don't do that, okay? It's like your mama. And it is no longer exclamation point raid. Cruz is get out. GIT, get out. I saw that. Thank you. So let's do our outro slide and let's get on out of here. And I will see you all next Thursday. Love y'all. Thank you so much. And cheers. This is good.
DJ Judge.
You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take a sip of you, baby, I'm swerving from left to right. Left to right. You remind me of my favorite bourbon. Take 2 more shots, you know I'm swerving from left to right. All night. Would you call me old fashioned if I kiss you in the rain in Manhattan? Oh, I can't wait until my lips are on yours. I can't help the way that I'm feeling. The way you look tonight is so